Hello and welcome to God's Minute. I'm Pastor Jonathan Conrad. I am the senior pastor at St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Wilmington, North Carolina. This week, we are going to talk about simple math. And let me tell you where I got this idea. Over the weekend, my son Paul got an awesome gift in the mail, an abacus. Now, an abacus is kind of like the first calculator, and it helps you do simple math problems. So, we are going through some simple math problems with Paul so we can teach him how to do it. And that got me thinking about some of the simple math that we find in the Bible, simple math, simple numbers that I believe can help us through this time of the pandemic, racial unrest, and really just a lot of confusion and where we're going to find hope when we need it the most. So that's where simple math, the theme, comes from. Today, we're going to start with the number 40, and I will read you a passage from the Gospel of Matthew. Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. He fasted 40 days and 40 nights, and afterwards he was famished. The tempter came and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, command these stones to become loaves of bread." But he answered, "It is written, 'One does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God.'" Then the devil took him to the holy city and placed him on the pinnacle of the temple, saying to him, "If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, 'He will command his angels concerning you, and on their hands they will bear you up, so that you will not dash your foot against a stone.'" Jesus said to him, "Again, it is written, 'Do not put the Lord your God to the test.'" Again, the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their splendor. And he said to him, "All these things I will give you, if you will fall down and worship me." Jesus said to him, "Away with you, Satan, for it is written, 'Worship the Lord your God and serve only him.'" Then the devil left him, and suddenly angels came and waited on him. What does 40 mean? Well, in the Bible, 40 is a time of trial. It's also a period of testing, such as when Moses goes up to the mountain and waits 40 days and 40 nights, or Noah and his family and the animals are in the ark for 40 days and 40 nights. And then we have Jesus who is in the wilderness for 40 days. Now, one of those themes that you can see during these 40 stories is that the people, like Jesus, are going through a tough time. They are going through a time of trial. And how do they respond? Noah, the animals in the family, they survive. Moses survives, and Jesus survives. And I would say he even thrives. Because in the time of the wilderness, when the devil comes calling, Jesus reaches for the word of God. And he responds to the devil by speaking to him from the word of God and showing the devil where Jesus' heart really is. Jesus' heart is with his Father. One thing to keep in mind during these wilderness stories, and I'm thinking in particular Moses and the Israelites, and Jesus and the wilderness, is that God is not absent. God is with Moses and the people in their time in the wilderness, and God is with Jesus in his time in the wilderness through the word, but also God's presence. And we can see this because as Jesus beats Satan and Satan exits stage left, the angels appear and tend to Jesus. In my mind, the angels were always there. God was always there watching over his son. So in our time of wilderness, in our 40 time, God is there. God is providing comfort. God is providing grace, and God is providing the way through the wilderness. And I find much comfort knowing that I don't go through the wilderness alone. You don't go through the wilderness alone. We have each other. And more importantly, we have God. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you tomorrow for another edition of God's Minute. Take care.